What is up, everybody? Welcome to Saturday Night Live on Geek's channel, Geek Edition. Hawk, I think the last time you and I were supposed to do a video live together, you slept in, didn't you?
Yeah, that was about a year ago. You gonna get over that or what?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You gonna get over that or what? This is over a year ago.
That's right.
That was bad though. I did feel bad about that. I really did.
It's cool, man. I'm married. I'm used to being rejected. So
What's up, man?
Chump Change is busy tonight, so yeah, here I am. We're gonna go live on my channel. I got Fix It Timmy over here with me, and Hawk Crypto and Tech, of course, as usual. Am I super quiet? Yeah, let me know how the audio is, because
I hear you fine. I don't hear any music. Do they got music going on?
I didn't push play.
He's a music guy. He likes the background.
I like hearing the background. I mean, I like your voices and all, but you know.
I'm gonna do a little bit of lo-fi. It says I'm quiet. Wonderful.
All good.
I got to go XLR all the way up. Let me.
We should be good to go.
That's all the way up here too. They said my volume's super low. Mic is super low. Son of a bitch.
Is it? I don't hear it.
Hey,
really
do you
well.
have
Maybe
the auto adjusting volume and StreamYard? You might want to just turn that off. Maybe.
Travelers Travel says, Hawk, you should have waited to sell your jellyfish coin. Oh, dude, I've made at least $2,500. I'm good. I'm good. I actually just bought back in too, so I sold for like 4 Solana, and then I bought back in with 1 Solana, and now that is up like $200.
Holy Jesus, it's way up now.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So like right here, look at this. So I bought it for 1 Solana, and now it's at $396. So it's going crazy. It's going bonkers.
It's definitely up quite a bit.
Yeah.
I was just like, I've made probably about 8 to 10 Solana from
Yeah.
going in and out, and just I'm just like taking profits, and I wait for it to dip, and then I come back in, and then it pumps the next day, and then I sell it off again.
I honestly forgot about it. I bought a bunch of it in the live stream when they were, when they launched it, and I was like, yeah, cool, this will do something, and then I went on and did other things. Then I looked at it today, and I was like, holy shit, I'm up $1,000.
Yeah, it's I had 15.6 million of it, and if I'd held it all the way through, it'd been like 7 or 8 grand. But I took profits. I made 900 here, another 500 here, another 1,000, and then just kind of kept stacking it because I didn't know what it was going to do. I didn't know if somebody was going to try to snipe it. So yeah. I mean, nothing against Brandon or anybody there. It's just you don't know how this goes. Like these bots, they snipe these projects. So I took some early profits, and I'm good with it. So it's no big deal.
It's just the name of the game, whatever you feel like your profit level is, that you're like, hey, I'm happy with this amount of money I made, right? That's your risk tolerance.
Anyone mobile can't change to live chat. No, mobile is just one chat. I don't think you can change from top or live on mobile, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, you can? I don't know if you can do that or not.
There's a setting on there somewhere at the top of the thing. Music down to guys, my mic is up as loud as it's going. I've got it up all the way up on Streamlabs. I've got it all the way up on my Go XLR and in OBS.
Let me see.
I don't know where to go from here. I need an audio engineer. Anybody know a good audio engineer?
Hold on a sec. I'm listening to it on YouTube. It is a little low.
Ah, fuck.
It's fine. I mean, they can hear you.
Gotta love it.
Just turn it up. You'll be okay.
I'll just start yelling.
No,
there you go.
Don't yell.
No? Okay. All right.
You don't have to yell. You know what you can do? You're in StreamYard, right? Go to your settings in StreamYard.
Yeah.
Go to audio.
Yep.
And get rid of echo cancellation and automatic adjust mic volume. Uncheck those.
I did the auto mic volume, but I didn't.
No, uncheck it. Uncheck it.
Unchecked it. I unchecked them both.
Yeah, and turn it and go. You're at okay, so that should help, and then move it up just a little bit. It could be StreamYard.
It's all
because you're doubling from StreamYard to OBS.
Because it's going through StreamYard to OBS and then out through YouTube.
It's better now, they said. So that's probably what it was. The echo cancellation will dim you down a little. You don't need echo cancellation because you have one of these.
Oh, gotcha. Makes sense.
No problem, sir. That's what I'm here for.
Got an audio engineer on staff. 100%.
That's it. 24/7. Whatever you need.
Yeah, buddy.
So
Guys, what is the market doing? I haven't even looked today. I mean, I'm sure it's over 100, isn't it? Let me see.
yeah, I think Bitcoin's steady over 100 today.
There we go. Yeah, we're at 101. Damn. 778. What was the high? Did it ever hit 104?
I don't think so. I think it was 103,900. It says according to CoinMarketCap.
Ah, okay. Guys,
Probably hitting a resistance level there.
Yep.
I would think
So-
100 would have had a much higher resistance.
So real quick, I wanted to talk about modern mining. I can't remember it. I don't know if he ever said what his name was, but he did a video talking about Pinex, where you can do the bot trading stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I actually looked into it last night, and I was like, you know what? I was talking to Patrick Murphy and a few others in Discord late at night. I was working, and I was like, let me try this. And the average return right now on one of their bots, let me pull it up. It was crazy. So this bot over here, if you do like Caspa, so if you search Caspa on Pinex, right? If you go to the like trade section, you go to the bots.
What is it? Pinex?
Yeah, Pinex.us. If you go to the Caspa trading bot, it's got like a 234% return. It was wild. And let me see. Hold on. This is the AI strategy. No, where's the bot? It showed you the. I'm trying to go where it showed you the returns, the average returns for that bot. Where was it? Let's see. This one's got a 72% return.
You want to share your screen?
Yeah, I can do that. Sorry, I have to find it. I'm still new to this, so if anybody's got experience, let me know. But there was somewhere. So this is cash trading, right? And this is where you can look at like these different bots that do different types of trading, right?
Okay.
And so like I'm under Caspa, so I'm trying to figure it out. Just give me a sec. So we're in trading bot Cas. Okay, so we're here. So is it this one? So this is the 7-day. No, I'm trying to figure it out. Damn, I should have looked it up before I said something. But oh, here it is. Okay, so like it's down. Okay, so this one says Cas Grid AI Strategy 30 days. Back tested APY 146%. That's crazy.
Wow.
Like, and this is like, you know, and I was talking to the desert miner too. He put a couple thousand in it, and he says that it's, you know, it's not going to make you rich overnight, but it's an interesting way to put some money to work. So I was thinking about putting like a few thousand in Bitcoin and just seeing what it does. Yeah. But it's pretty interesting to kind of like look at all this and look at the different returns on different bots and stuff and the trades. So you have to, this is extreme KYC, by the way, for everybody. You have to everything, Social Security, everything has to go into this. So it's not, there's no like, you know, it's not like, you know, it's heavily KYC. So if you care about that, then, you know, but they have different ones like DCA, reoccurring buy, stop limits, you know, all these different bots for different things. I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm learning more about it.
So you just put like $1,000 or whatever in it and just let it do its thing, and it'll do its
I mean, it's
for you.
Yeah, it'll do the trading for you. It's pretty cool. It says Yusuf says copy trading is better. What's copy trading? Is that on here?
It's like these bots that copy traders that are successful on the platform.
I'm sure they have an option to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they have an option to do it. But it was pretty dope to go and see like just how it all works. And I have to dive more into it, but it was pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting to look at. And you could do like, it's not just CAS, but you could do like XRP trading was crazy too. Like,
it's up big time right now, isn't it? Because it's been like 50 cents, like the whole fucking.
Look at this, XRP back testing annualized return for 30 days, 228%.
Holy shit,
that is insane.
So
like that's insane.
So if I put $1,000 in, I should be able to pull 3,000 out in a month.
I don't know. I don't know. It says APY, so it could be for the year maybe. But okay. It said 30 days here, so. It's probably APY. I don't think that sounds a little too good to be true, but this one's at 390%.
Well, I tell you what, you put $1,000 in, and you tell me if you turn it into 3,000, and then I'll follow your trend.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about putting like maybe like $2,000 in Bitcoin, just see what it does.
Let me know.
I don't know. Just it was interesting to look at. That's all. It was an interesting conversation we had last night about it.
Might as well do something while it's doing nothing, right? Waiting to cash out.
Just kind of sitting there. Yeah, King, we know you're not a trader, King. You don't have to say it in chat. But if you want to make some money on top of the money that you have, this might be a good option to let them do the trading.
Yusuf is like ruthless, dude. He's like, dude, buy turbo, be a trader. I'm like, bro, I am not a trader. Okay, I have lost way more money trying to trade than anything. I like. Look, the jellyfishing. Look, I get my profits, and then guess what? The one Solana I started with, I dump it back in. Okay, that's my thing. Once the one Solana is gone, guess what? I'm gone. All right, that's.
Retro Mike said, Hawk, are you wanting to stack USD or crypto? Reverse grid will automatically, accumulate crypto instead of USDC, run it through the bear market and stack like crazy. Yeah, I don't know, Mike. I was thinking just doing maybe a little bit of both. I don't know what I should do, actually. I don't know what would be like the safest return on the, you know what I mean? On the money. So I don't know. I'm going to play with it, but I don't know. What would you do, Mike, with 2,000 in BTC? What would you run it through? He says, be careful running grid bots in a bull market. It will sell all the cash for USDT unless you constantly adjust the levels every few hours. Interesting. Greater Good Mining says, I used a trading bot a few years ago, ran it for a month or so, but didn't really make me much. But that was during the deep bear market. Nice.
So what are their fees on there? What I mean,
I don't know. I'm in the infancy with it. I don't know much about it, but it's I'm gonna do some more research. But he has a whole video on it. You guys can go watch. Shout out to Modern Mining for bringing it up. It's pretty cool. It makes sense. Like, you have crypto, you're holding it, put some of it to work. Why not? You know, even if it earns a couple $100 a month in like trades, who cares? Like that over time, that adds up. That's good interest. So Patrick Murphy says low fees, fee structured, published. Nice. Just go to pinex.us, guys, and check it out. I don't have a referral or anything. I'm just creating a conversation.
These other guys are saying that me and you are too loud, Hawk, and I just turned my mic down to 50%.
You want me to turn it down again? Yeah, I can turn
it down a bit. I turned it down for you guys.
Yeah. This is what happens when you get the free version, not the pro version, right?
You get the stand-in. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not.
You're not a stand-in.
Yeah, I'm the stand-in.
I'm talking about the program. OBS is awful.
Okay.
You got to use like StreamYard, Streamlabs or something.
Yeah, it's. I'm cheap. What can I say? I'm not.
That's
I'm not
okay.
Gonna pay for
That's
it.
okay. We still love you. There's no
make it worth.
There's no love lost. Nobody's gonna block you.
Well, it's they will. It's fine. It's like paying for a gym and not going. I've only been doing that for like 6 months, so same kind of thing.
Paying for a gym and not going.
Are you combing your freaking beard?
I am combing my beard. I have to keep I have to keep it nice and because King's got a really nice one. I want to make sure that mine looks nice and level, and it's the holidays, man. See,
I guess
get nice and edged up. Nice. You know what I mean? Make it look nice. I got an appearance to maintain. Retro Mike yells at me if my beard's not straight. So he says, hit me up if you want a convo. I can talk to you through the technical. Yeah, Mike, definitely.
Nice.
Just so you understand the parameters. Yes, Mike, I would love to do that. I mean it. I would love to do that. I'll hit you up. I want to get into it a little bit. I want to see what it's about.
Taxable events. As soon as he says that, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't need more taxable events in my life.
It's trading, man.
It's
trading.
No, thank you.
I wonder if Coinly can track that for you. If you're doing trading and you're using.
Here's what I tell everybody. Listen, here's what I tell everybody. If you're gonna get into stuff like this, yes. If you sell for a profit, I am almost sure that Pinex will give you a printout.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that they will, because if you buy and sell like really fast, I know I don't know what the rule is like at the end of the month. It's not like I don't think it's every transaction. I think it's just based on what you made in trading for that month. You know what I mean? And then it gets put out. But
maybe
you guys should all have write-offs and doing things through your business anyway. If you're paying taxes, you're doing something wrong. So
that's one way to look at it. I mean, if you're paying taxes, you're making money.
Right. If you're paying taxes and you're making money, you should have enough. You should have enough to where you can get it to either break even or maybe pay a little bit. You should not be getting hit over the head. None of us here, not yet, hopefully, are making anything over 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 a year. So when we do, and we worry about it, right? But we all should be. We all should be.
Just hey, the Shit main M's, Magic China box is coming soon. New
Shit,
new,
man. He calls them
new
shit main now.
manufacturer
He
coming
goes
out.
1 week at ASIC Repair School. Everything's shit main now. Oh,
Man, how did that training go for you there, King?
I liked it a lot, man. Those guys are real cool over there at ASIC Masters. They gave me a Carhartt hat too, for which is pretty cool. He's actually keeping some of my Z15s because they don't usually like work on stuff like that. And actually, the main guy Derek is he found a BGA reball station to be able to like reflow all that stuff because these are BGAs, right, for the Z15s.
Okay.
And he's kind of cheap, so he's like, me and him maybe might work a deal maybe for some fix and splits. So having a professional guy maybe do it. So a little interesting. We're kind of working something out a little bit. But the training was really good. I think if you're going there and you don't have any experience, or you have experience, whether you have zero or none, I think you're going to walk away with like a lot of knowledge. And the fact that they give you that book that this guy spent like 2 years, you know what I mean, like doing revisions, you know what I mean, and getting all these pictures, and he made his own like layouts pretty much, like showing all the voltages and like, okay, this is what it should be on this leg going out, and yeah, it was definitely really good training.
Awesome.
Nice.
Sounds like it was worth the time and the money and the effort to put into it, right?
So now it's just gonna be like practice now, you know what I mean? And like this is not like a skill you're gonna pick up in like 4 days, you know what I mean? Because I don't do like hot air work.
5 days.
It's 4
Got
days.
it. Yeah.
4 days.
You'll pick up
I
the
think
skill
5
in
days,
5.
right?
No.
Come on, you got this.
Okay,
No.
6. We'll give you 6, but that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Can't give you any more.
Get back to work. Come on.
Unacceptable. You should be a pro by now.
Because I mean, I asked them, I was like, hey guys, like you guys, how long you guys been running this shop for? And it's like 4 years. And they're like, yeah, when we first started out, it was like, we can kick out, because before it used to be like way more people that work there, right? And they're like, yeah, we might kick out maybe 10 machines a week or something, right? And that's not even that much. You know what I mean? And he's like, we were really slow back then, and everybody's, new models are coming out, so then we have to learn the newer models, and where all the, all the stuff is on the boards and everything. And he's just like, there's sometimes guys that only might fix like 2 boards a week. You know what I mean? Because that's just like what their skill level is, right? So it's just, you definitely don't want to rush it, because that's when you make mistakes and you could like, obviously break stuff more. So, but now they're like at the point where there's like only like 4 or 5 of those guys there, and they crank out a pallet a week. So
Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of machines.
yeah.
That is a lot of machines.
So when are you going to open Terra ASIC Repair?
No. Yeah, not for like 2 years probably.
Come on, you got this. So like 6 months at max.
Oh,
Right?
geez.
You'll be pumping out those S21s in no time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, my head hurts just thinking about it.
I did learn that you don't want to dunk, which is put the air-cooled S21s in immersion.
Really?
They will die. Yeah, they are
Okay.
not designed for it.
Really?
Yep. They have like 5 there, and it's like all over the Telegram. They have like a few Telegrams that I'm in with some of the repair guys now, right? And they all say, do not dunk the S21, the air-cooled unit, and put it in immersion. It does not play nice. It will die. You will be sad that you lost $5,000.
It'll be sad. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's, Bitmain wants to push those hydro units, so sabotage the air-cooled ones, make them break. So
I would say, look, if the industry is gonna go someplace, I think if it's the best possible route will be hydro, and I'm gonna say, and not immersion, because immersion, you got all the oil and stuff like that, right? And so like they had to build a custom like box with all these filters and stuff to just be able to test the machine while they fix it, right? Because otherwise you're constantly just dunking it and taking it out and dunking it, you know what I mean? Because what happens if you fix it and halfway through a day it goes out again, right? Okay, well now you got to take it out. Now you got to let it drain out and clean it all off with it's a huge pain. I see hydro being the best of both worlds, right? Where you don't have the air cooled stuff, and worrying about corrosion and dirt and all that stuff, but you get the longevity, right? Which is like kind of the world of immersion, but it's it's obviously it's hydro, so it's water blocked.
Right.
I think hydro is the best of both worlds, right? Is where I see it's going.
Yeah, you get a lot more density in those machines, more chips per inch, on the boards, and probably less maintenance over time. You know what I mean? Have like a scheduled maintenance window instead of like just running them full blast and then they shit the bed and you replace it and send that one out for repair kind of thing. Because like if you got a bunch of them in a loop, then you only have to worry about those machines, right? So if you've got to turn them off and switch out the coolant or put mix more of the anti-corrosion shit in it or anti fungus crap in it or whatever, you can probably schedule it out a lot easier instead of just waiting for something to shit the bed, right? And then sending it out for repair. So I think you're right. I think you're onto something there for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the immersion, I think they're going to be moving away from some people are going to be moving away from immersion long term, and I think just hydro is just going to take over when it comes from that perspective.
Yeah, I think immersion really is like a DIY thing. I mean, that's really where it came from. Is people are like, "Oh, I'm just going to make a tank and dunk it, so I don't have to worry about fans." And I mean, I guess I could see where they're coming from, but it doesn't really sound like a professional way to run your machines.
No, so like they had some M60, I don't remember. They had some immersion what's miners come in there the last day. So I got to watch Caesar, work on them a little bit for a little while. Dude, those things are like cram packed full of ASIC chips. It's just barely. It's just jam packed full of ASIC chips, and so you have to sit there, take them out, and then you have to clean everything off with alcohol, get all of that immersion oil off there. You know what I mean? And it is a huge pain to work on. And you need separate testing files for hydro, separate testing files for immersion units.
Is it because they're like set at different thresholds or something? Or like
I don't know why. I just know that's why it is.
Oh,
that's
okay.
just what it is.
Interesting. Squirrel Master says the pump will be the biggest failure part, usually on hydro cooled. I guess that makes sense. That's the piece that's doing most of the work, right?
Yeah, I mean it makes sense, but at least like if you have a backup pump to the unit, at least like if the pump breaks, you can just if you have a backup pump, you can just swap it all out, right? Kind of like swapping out like a power supply or something. It doesn't affect the entire unit unless the pump breaks and the unit overheats, but then it should shut off, right? So it is yes, with these things there's more parts, and with more moving parts, more points of failure. I agree. Yeah, and they are gonna require a lot more maintenance. Should be made with a failover pump, says Beer Miner. Yeah, exactly. So
right. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I wonder if there's any of those units that have like a failover in place or a secondary, like a hot spare almost in place that's either not running and you can manually switch it over, or even that it like load balances, have this one on for a certain amount of time and then jump over to this one.
Right.
Interesting. Pump is easier to change than immersion. That's fucking for sure, I bet.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, immersion, you have to wait for everything to dry, and it's a process. It's a process to do maintenance on immersion.
Don't get me wrong, it keeps stuff like really cool and clean, and all that stuff, but I see firsthand like how long they have to spend making custom things to test to be able to just fix stuff. You know what I mean? It's just it's a huge it's just a huge pain. You know what I mean? I think hydro will be the future. Like I hope that Bitmain moves away from this weird rectangle shape and goes like what's miner and just kind of makes like a standard like data
Rack.
center rack. You know what I
Rack
mean? Like,
mountable, yeah.
yeah, that's the one thing that's kind of nice about What's Miner. I know I've been like preaching that since I've been to this place, but like, if you see the design between like What's Miner and Bitmain, like if you went to the repair class and you learned, like they've created like a standard for all their components, right? For even their repair stuff, it's all like the resistors and capacitors, they kind of change in size a little bit, but they're all in the same place, right? Everything, the board layouts stay the same. It's so this way, it's just like techs don't really have to learn anything new. You know what I mean? It's all generally the same across the M60, the M50, the M30. They're all the same board pretty much. They might be longer, but it's still the same thing. Bitmain is like you could have like 3 or 4 or 5 reversions in a single model.
Yeah.
It is terrible.
Yusuf, I don't know. I have to check, buddy. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, I had a few phone calls today from people looking to get into ASIC mining.
Yeah.
And I could tell you that the bull run is here. Now, I don't think we're full-fledged into it yet. I know the altcoins are starting to leave the station. I don't know if it's in full effect yet, because if you look at the entire market cap of crypto in general, I think I was talking with Mass Boost. He says once the market cap of crypto is in the 4 trillion range, he goes, then we're there.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, fair enough. And we're at 3.6 right now, so
Yeah, I was
You
going to
know what I
say
mean?
we're 3.62 market cap currently.
yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I think there's still a lot more money to be pumped in, and
Never
I
seen
think
this. That's cool.
what do you got?
Alt season index.
Alt season index, nice. Where does it say? What's it at?
It's
64 out of 100, and then the fear and greed index is 77. That's really cool.
Like I said, you could see there, like it's a light blue where that thing
Yeah.
is right there. And like I said, I think it's accurate. I think we're almost there. We're not there yet. Because
Interesting.
when alt season fully comes around, man, like you'll see like the weirdest altcoins, just things that have like no purpose whatsoever, complete shit coins just moon for no fucking reason. And it's gonna be nuts. I think it's engines are starting. You know what I mean? Patrick says 128.93% change 1 year ago. He thinks $5 trillion will be the. You think 5 trillion? Okay, fair enough. So we'll see. So we shall see.
That's interesting.
It'll be good for everybody, man. I'm really hoping like a GPU mineable coin pops again
Yeah.
for a lot of people. I really do. Like I hope like Ergo gets to like the $5-6 range and starts making it, because Ergo is a great project. There's a lot of potentials for GPU mining that could I don't think we'll bring back Ethereum numbers, but even if we get like 50% of Ethereum's numbers, man, I think a lot of people will be happy.
Yeah.
So I was so sick and tired of the mining and just to like the spec mining play, and we called this a couple years ago. Like this is just what it's going to be now, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people spec mining, waiting for a pump and then dump it and move on to the next one. And hopefully that those days are going to end soon, because it's brutal. It's brutal. I know a lot of people liquidating GPUs now, and we see it at Terra. We just sold one customer just sold a bunch of GPUs to another customer, and people are just trying to. Some people are like mad bullish on GPU mining making a strong comeback, like Panda. He's 100% bullish, and other people are like the hobbyist miner, where he sold all his GPUs. So
Yeah.
it's like I have some GPUs. Do you have any GPUs left? I got like 2 rigs left. I have 8 A4000s, and I have some like just random cards like a 1080 Ti, a couple of those. I have like I got that Titan V. I can put 2 rigs together. What about you, Goat?
Yeah, I got an X12 full of 1660 Ti's and
Okay.
Supers, and I got my 4090 still. I don't think I'll ever get rid of that, not until it's probably 6090 series comes out. I don't know. I just got it. I've actually got it mine in Ravencoin right now, and
Nice.
all my ASICs that are heating the house, except for my Jazz miner, all the other ASICs are mining or getting paid out in Ravencoin too. So
Nice.
figure why
Nice.
not? I should have done
What
this
about-
in the bull run or the bear market. I mean,
Mr. Fix It Timmy, if GPU mining made a comeback tomorrow, Can you throw? What rigs do you have right now? You can throw on. I see there's one GPU behind you. What else you got?
Oh yeah. Hey, yeah. If anybody wants to buy a Panda Edition 580 here, $10,000. It does 100 gig of hash. It does
Oh
it does 100 gig of hash. Okay, trust me. All right.
Oh my God.
Looks are deceiving.
deceiving.
Static says he's been buying 3090s. Nice. Yeah, Patrick, I got the Titan V. Go ahead, King. What do you got? What do you got right now? GPU mining makes a comeback tomorrow. You got to put a rig together, and it's making $100 a day for an 8-card rig.
$100. Oh God.
What are you putting on right now?
Selling that opium now.
That's it. No, we're way past opium at this point.
I got a rig of 6600s. I got way too many 580s. I got like 2 dozen 580s sitting over there.
Hey, those 8 gig 580s
I
are still
got a bunch of these
workhorses,
for
man.
Panda. I did a trade for. I got all the ones that I started with. I still have my original rig from when I started way back when. It's still the 580s are sitting over. I don't know if I'm ever going to sell those though. That's kind of
they're 8 gig cards.
Yeah. I have all 8
they'll be
cards.
solid, man. Oh, hit my mic. Sorry. They'll be solid for a while. Panda stacking GPUs like it's going out of style. He's like I think he wants to just become a distributor or something. He's hoping that there's going to be like some conflict and they're going to go up like 500% or something. He's going to sell them all. Remember he bought all those they were like brand new. Remember that giant lot that I got about a year ago from the legally blind guy? And he was legally blind, which is different from blind, by the way. If you don't know the difference, I'll explain it.
Yeah,
but
I know. It's
he
okay.
he bought all the RX 580s that were new. Didn't even want me to test them. He said, "I just take the whole lot. How much you want for them?" I was like, "Dude, you're buying all these." Dude, it was like 200 pounds of like GPUs at least that I sent to him. I had to separate it into like 4 boxes or something crazy like that. The shipping was outrageous.
So much graphics goodness.
Yeah, but think about this though. There's newer graphics cards that come out that like the compute's way better. Like the new Battle Mage came out, and the GPUs are all sold out, and they're only $250. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just feel like these 580s. But hey, Panda Edition, hit me up, 100 gig of hash. I just feel like the 580s, it's just too old, man. You're talking like 2016, 2017 technology here. We're in 2024.
But you know what, though, King? On the contrary, though, there might be people who want the older tech because they're easy to manipulate, they're easy to overclock, and you know there might be like somebody that has like a really good BIOS to throw on them. I think it's a caveat with the newer cards, right? Like some of the cards, like the 40 series, 4070 Ti, 4060 Ti Super, whatever they are, there's not a lot of movement because NVIDIA locks them, right? And forget the 7000 series from AMD. I mean, good luck. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what happens if GPU mining makes a comeback and it's profitable again. I think we're going to see a lot of people take off they're gonna do like hybrid rigs. I feel like they're gonna do like AI and crypto mining rigs built into one, and I think they're gonna do both like they did back in 2017 on Vast. So.
I mean, my electric rate is not very attractive here, so it would have to be really good for me to crypto mine here. I'm like summer, I'm like 17, winter, I'm like 15. So it's like, unless I'm making piles of money, I'm not even gonna do the effort on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it makes sense.
It's unfortunately my electric rate at my house. You know, I just don't have a good one, so I run AI equipment, unfortunately. Just because it's way more profitable.
Hold on a second. We got 91 people watching this and only 33 likes, guys. Come on, hit the like button. You gotta stay on top of it. What's the matter with
yeah.
All right. Polaris Polaris cards are very good on VTC, especially with BIOS tweaking.
Vertcoin. Yeah.
Yeah, Vertcoin. Vertcoin has been around for a hot minute.
That's a classic right there.
Static said he found some 3090s for $500.
Ooh. You should buy them all.
Not bad.
It's not a bad
I still
price.
think the 3090 will be a decent card if the GPU mining does make a strong comeback.
100%. I think
especially with the high VRAM. I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Especially if you're looking for that density factor.
Well, considering they were going for like what, $2,000, $2,500 a piece back in 2021, even into 2022, And yeah, that was a lot of that was Ethereum and shit. But I mean, in general, it's like, it's a good card, and it's a fucking workhorse. I had 6 of them, and I sold to put towards the Jeep. And you know, now I wish I didn't, but I'm glad I sold the cards instead of selling crypto to put money down on my Jeep. You know.
Yeah. I did buy the BC 250s. Everybody knows it's still sitting in the box. I'm gonna do an unboxing video when I get a chance. But that's going to be one of my plays where if mining makes a really strong comeback, that's going to be like my full density rig on top of like maybe another GPU rig that I bought. So I honestly I bought it. I'm like, look, for $300, this is not a bad buy.
Yeah.
Okay. So why not? And guess what? If it maybe it'll value itself even higher if mining comes back strong, and sell it for 3,000 to, you know, Fix It Timmy over here and see if he wants it.
No, definitely do not.
I don't think he wants it. Yeah,
no.
Yeah, Patrick Murphy says, ask Django. I think he got a bunch of 3080s. Yeah, he was selling a bunch of 3080s that he got from somebody. It looked like they were all from StockX. All those stickers look like they were from StockX. So somebody definitely paid an arm and a leg for all of them.
yeah.
Wart took off. You should be mining Wart, Hawk. Yeah, dude. I gotta find time to even like to do stuff like live streams are very easy for me because I just hit go live. Like it's, you know, sit and do videos. It's just, it takes a long time, and it's a good problem to have, guys. Terra is doing very well right now, and we're expanding. So it's I rather no lie, I rather be busy with that than do videos at the moment. So you know what I mean. So
that's your business. That's bread and butter.
That's what's working right now, and you know, look at King's face. Look how angry he looks. That's how busy we are. The more angry King looks, the busier that we are. The more happy he looks, the less busy we are.
You're working right now, aren't you, King?
No, I was just seeing what 6600s make on hashrate.no, and it's like 10 cents.
Is it like 10 cents?
Yeah, I'm not gonna set up a rig to make 10 cents. Dude.
No, I mean nobody would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Nobody's gonna do that.
I look at it the same way I kind of always have, at least since the end of ETH. I've kind of looked at it like everything. If I'm mining something, I'm paying out of pocket. I'm not mining and selling to cover power, and the little piddly shit that I get left over is my holdings. That's not worth it to me. So if I've got the extra $500 a month or $1,000 a month or whatever it is to throw towards power, because I think it'll be easier or better for me to mine, you know, at that month or that time. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I've got a couple of rigs that are just up and running. I mean, the CK boxes. I got 2 of those little CK boxes. Fucking antiques at this time, right? They're like a terahash each. I got those in the living room solo mining, just for the heat. And I've already hit like 4 blocks. Just put it out there. I don't expect to make shit, but a block is like 500 or 600 CKB. Just fucking let them ride. You guys
I gotta do that with
machines too.
AI machines. I got 4090s all throughout my house.
No shit.
So my dual card 4090 rigs on the other side of the basement where the kids are playing with their computers and that. I don't know what you want to call it, a second living room, whatever the heck you want to call it. And then I got usually my water block is going here, like usually when I'm playing games, so it heats up pretty good over here by me, right? Because it's a water block CPU and GPU. And then I got a 4090 in the living room. I got a 4090 AI rig in both of the kids' rooms.
Wow.
And where's my 4070? Oh no, I got 2 AI rigs over in the other room with the kids. And then there's a 4070 rig hanging around somewhere. I don't know.
You got AI rigs falling out your ass there, man.
And then I mean, my main ones are over at the data center. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's.
What about you, Hawk? Are you actually using rigs or anything to heat your house?
Heat my house in Florida? No.
I mean,
No.
I don't know.
No rigs. No. Florida gets cold, but it doesn't get that cold.
I mean,
it gets down. It gets cold. Yeah, no, it does get cold. To heat the house, not really. No, I mean, I don't know, man. I just put a hoodie on. I'm always sweating, dude. I'm always hot. I got a fan. I got one fan right here, and I got another one right here. Okay, like I'm always hot, dude. I'm always sweating all the fucking time. And my house sits at like 74 degrees, 73 degrees.
Jesus,
so it's like,
74 degrees.
Yeah,
that's Florida for you. Always swamp
Yeah.
What's
ass.
wrong with that? Is that too cold?
It's too hot.
That's
Well, I
warm.
mean, I can't, my son's room is right next to the air handler. So like, I don't want to like
Oh, yeah.
freeze him to death. And he doesn't like wearing blankets. So I have to dress him in these hoodies, not hoodies, excuse me, these onesies.
Yeah.
And I walk around with a hoodie on at night. So,
But my house does have an actual wood burning fireplace, and there's
Oh,
a
I
couple
missed
of
that.
times where it was really
Oh
cold.
man, I had that in
And
Georgia.
I got
That was
some,
the best.
I got some wood. Yeah.
I think in the next house we get, I want to get actually a wood burning stove, where like it's like all kettle, you know, and it's got a flat top on it, and it just like radiates heat. So it's not an open flame like a fireplace, but you still feed it wood, and it, you know, smoke goes out the roof and all that, like a fireplace, but it's got a door on it, and it just fucking radiates heat. My grandpa had one of those growing up, and his house was always toasty warm, even in dead of winter, you know, north side of Indiana, outside Indianapolis and shit. I really like those. I think that'd be great. I'd like to put one of those in the house.
yeah, I mean, this office, this office gets hot because when I shut the door, my computer just, after a while, it gets hot in here. So I have to leave the door open.
Yeah. Swamp ass for sure.
Oh, 100%. Hold on one second.
So CT Mine said he's looking at PCSP for octominers, and they're all sold out. Somebody probably bought a bunch of them. I haven't looked over there in a while. Like when I bought my
Be careful buying octominers, you guys. They're not producing any more parts, all right? And I think the last batch was what was that, like 2022 was the last batch they delivered out. So I mean,
oh wow, that's
it's B85 chipset. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
this stuff is extremely old. You know what I mean? Like,
They don't have
if
anything.
you buy
they don't
these,
have the 4U12Gs, the BC250s. They don't have the octominers.
I mean,
shit.
you know, it's just going to be harder and harder to find parts for these things as you go along. It's going to become increasingly difficult, right? But something I was thinking about here, okay, like you know, like mechanics have like all data. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Like, I went to mechanics school. Well, it's called all data. Right? Have you ever heard of that or no?
No. What is it? What is
Maybe.
it?
All data?
Okay. Yes. So, okay, think of it like, okay, like it's pretty much like a repair manual on like every car ever produced.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
like, okay,
Yep.
it's like, okay, hey, if you're having this problem, you test here for this.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it pass or fails this test, you proceed here and replace this. If that fixed your problem, okay. If not, if it didn't fix your problem, proceed over here. Okay. I was thinking, okay, nobody's ever made that for ASIC machines. Nothing exists for that at all. It's just like an idea I had. What if I created like an all data to fix hash boards?
Sounds expensive.
Oh, I would definitely charge people. It's just
Oh yeah,
subscription
like
model.
as a
You're-
service. Yeah.
I'm definitely in your wallet. But it's just like
That's a
an
lot of
idea
work
I
you
had.
got to put into to get everything kind of all
Yeah, no, because you're
wrapped
gonna have
in.
to
I mean,
have
that could take
pictures.
months of
No,
work.
I mean, it'll take a very long because you got to take pictures and do all the voltage and all the testing. You know what I mean,
Right.
and have all that detail there. But I mean, nothing like that exists. Like most of these guys, like the guy who taught me, all of his pictures and diagrams is like everything he learned on his own. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And it took him years. You know what I mean? So it's like, there isn't like a manual from Bitmain that says like, hey, if this is wrong, you do this.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't exist.
Right.
At least
Yeah.
they don't give it to any of the repair shops over here.
Make it like an ASIC wiki. ASIC repair wiki kind of thing. Yeah.
Chuck Danger says all data is like Wikipedia for mechanics.
Right.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I worked in a previous life. I worked at a hot rod shop, and we had the same type of thing by Directed Electronics for car audio and interfaces with specific vehicles and stuff. So if we wanted to do a remote start, we would know where the modulator or the immobilizer bypass was and how to tap into that wire and what resistors to use in line and shit like that. Those are like they're Bibles for people in auto industry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But see, like even the people who went to Bitmain Academy, because a couple of those guys did, they just said, hey, they it felt like they were withholding information, like they didn't tell you everything on purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I feel like a lot in this industry is gatekeeped. And you know, I get it to a certain degree, because like even like I'll give something that I know. It's like even with like expanding with Terra, right? Like it took a long time to find the right people to help us move forward. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not easy to do. Everybody thinks it's, oh yeah, go find some land, some cheap power, and put up a container. Everything's fine and dandy. Hey, good luck, man. You know what I mean? Like it's gatekeeped really bad. And I started to notice that a lot of things here are, but it's for good reason though, I think. You know what I mean? Because it's like a balance of power almost. Like if everybody and their sister knew how to do everything, I feel like we wouldn't have, I feel like this industry would be a lot harder to be, you know what I mean?
Well, like with a lot of things, if it was
like
that
a push
easy,
and
everybody
pull.
would be doing it.
Right. You know, I'm sorry, hold on. Oh my God. He is just, I'm in the terrible twos early, really early.
Yeah, they actually last till they're about 7.
Yeah, don't say that. Please don't say that.
Terrible forever. I mean,
Terrible.
no, they're good kids. But CT Mine's the term is cheat sheet. But it's not a cheat sheet though, because that's just. I was going for the all the automotive certs in my early 20s.
All the
I was
ACT
going to
stuff.
community college. Yeah. And I was able to use all data, and that's just that's what every mechanic uses, right? You know what I mean? You pull your car up and it's like, okay, if you have this code, you need to check here for this, and then if it passes this, then you need to go down to here and check this, right?
So Motu Prince says, it sounds good, but don't ASICs become obsolete after several years? Cars don't become obsolete, so that makes sense to put effort towards that resource.
Sort of, because ASICs. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. This is like crazy. Is old What's miners and like even old S17s. Okay, guess what? They're profitable if you have the correct power rate. All right, it comes down to power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Does.
Well, people forget what industry they're in.
That what?
People forget what industry they're in.
Yeah.
When it comes to this business.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're in the mining business. No, you're in the energy business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in the energy business. You're not in the mining business. Because like you said, everything's profitable at certain power rates.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we were looking at, like, there's a lot of people in Dubai and other countries way out there, like wanting big orders of S17s and like older What's miners, right? Because guess what? At their power rate, at like 2 cents, 3 cents, they're still making like $2 to like $4 a day off equipment that's like, we won't even touch anymore, right?
Yeah.
That's just like
7,
a
8
brick
years
to
old.
us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it really just comes down to your energy rate, right? Everything is still profitable at your energy rate. Like if you're gonna ask me, hey King, I want to buy a Z15 from you, you're like, my power is 20 cents. I would just say, yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
It doesn't make money.
Send it somewhere else. Host it
You know,
somewhere like Terra.
No, we don't host the Z15. It's too low. It's 1500 watts.
It's too low. The Z15 Pro we could, but not the Z15.
But it's just like, it all just comes down to energy. You know what I mean? Like, so there's guys out there in other countries.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry.
Like,
you're good, man.
Dirt cheap, and they want to buy like 50 grand and buy miners that are like $30-$40 a crack. You know what I mean? And just get truckloads of pallets going.
Man. Yeah, and well, I mean, over there it's all like you're saying, it all depends on the power rate. So if you've got free power or you know, super cheap power, you can run just about anything and still make money on it. Yeah, it's not going to make as much, and you know, difficulty levels and whatnot, but I mean, if you got enough of them, I mean, people are giving away S9s at this point, or S7s or S5, any of those old ass machines that don't do anything. If you can get a shit ton of them and it's free power, you just plug it in and it's making free money.
yeah, it's so
Like
what may not be profit. Just think about that. What may not be profitable to us is going to be profitable to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's that one's man trash thing. One man's trash is another man's treasure. So let's shift gears a little bit, and I want to talk about Lokotech.
Oh man, the Ponzi scheme.
The Ponzi scheme. I don't know. What do you think about Lokotech? They put out a tweet. Well, they put out a couple of tweets about their new ASIC machines.
I commented on one of their tweets.
I did see your comment on that. They got the double barrel and the single barrel. Who names these things?
I mean, it looks cool. It looks like it has a hot swappable power supply there, which is different, right? We don't have that in the industry really. But here's the thing: is whatever happened to batch 1?
Yeah.
Talking about batch 2. Where's the batch 1? What's going on with that? Have customers received batch 1? You know what I mean? But we're talking about batch 2, and batch 2 is going to be released in like 3/4 of a year from now. But the batch 1 people don't have anything yet.
So I'm wondering I was wondering if they're even gonna make the hash blades now that they're talking about making ASICs. But it says here the shipping's expected to ship second half of 2025 for hash blades, and that kind of lines up with that tweet they said where it's going to come out in Q3. I'm wondering. There's a lot of questions here, like. What's taking so long? Why is it?
But they keep stretching out dates, so it's just like we've been hearing about the hash blade for like 2 years now. You know what I mean? It's at what point, you know what I mean? Do we call BS because there's not a product yet, right? And they're taking people's money. Okay, it's different if an established company, right, like What's Miner or Bitmain or Canon. You want to include Gold Shell, whatever. Okay, I go. All right, maybe Ice River. I still think those guys need to improve their quality significantly. But if one of those companies has a pre-order, right, because of their track record that the product is going to come and it's going to be delivered.
They're going to make a thing,
Yeah. This company so far they keep stretching out dates, keep having delays, whatever it is. And right now, what I think it is, I think they stretch themselves too thin. I think it's a money problem. And I think they're trying to accumulate more money because I think they're paying themselves a little too much, maybe. And this is why they need to get another round of funding, right? And I think it's going to be a catch-up game until the product is, if it even does get released.
Yeah, and Patrick Murphy says they secured a contract from a U.S. farm to pre-order millions worth, 2 million. And I saw that article also. I'm wondering if I can. Well, let me do this real quick. All right, pre-order agreement. Recently signed a framework agreement with a U.S.-based operator for pre-order of a substantial number of its proprietary script miner Hashblade. Could generate gross revenues of 2 to 5 million, with the exact amount to be determined upon due date of the second prepayment at the end of January and into February. So, I don't get what the price and all this shit means, or the charts. It's a share price.
Didn't they say in the beginning that they were going to be locked in on one price, and now they're doing market condition pricing now?
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing with these guys is they were like, it's only going to cost this much all the time.
Yeah.
And now they changed their tune, and now it's like, now we're just going to be like Bitmain, and now we're just going to do whatever the market's doing now. Wasn't that their thing?
All right, here we go. Sorry.
Welcome. Little Hawk.
Baby wants to be included. He heard King talking about ASIC repair, so he's like, "Oh, it's my future. I want to join."
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah. He wants a cupcake. That's what he wants.
That's right. I think I remember him saying that they were going to keep the ROI static. So depending on market volatility, they wanted a 1-year ROI on the hash blade. That's why it came out at like $1,800 or something originally, or $1,600. But
oh my God, are we talking about Lokotech?
yes, we are talking about Lokotech.
I know you got to meet. So I'm sorry. Did you already mention that you're doing your thing?
No, I
Your
haven't.
thing?
But
Your thing?
just go ahead and say
Your
that now.
thing?
So I got an interview with them tomorrow.
Well, no, that's why I said thing. I
Yeah.
said thing. I didn't
Yeah.
say it. I said thing.
No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, I'm gonna do an interview with Ben and a couple of the guys tomorrow afternoon. So I'm
I am
hoping
watching that.
I can get
'Cause
that.
I wanna
edited and
know-
out tomorrow. Yeah.
I want to. No, William, no, don't touch that. I want to know. Oh, great. What happened to my mouse now? Jesus. I want to know what happened. Excuse me. What are you doing? I want to know what happened to the batch 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, that's definitely a question everybody wants to ask.
You know what I mean?
Where they're
Like, did they send that out already? Was that like shipped? Was it? I mean, what's the status? That easy. Be careful.
Yeah. So one of the tweets they put out, I was reading, is they were focusing on increasing security on the ASIC chips on the AI side, because the same chip, I guess, is going to be used for their edge AI performance and for mining. So they're going to have two different lines, but I don't know. I mean, they should have produced a thing already. That's my thing. It's like, put it out there, get it out, and optimize it as you sell more of these things. But
Right.
I've never made an ASIC. I don't know what difficulty it is as a new OEM to get this shit pressed and put out into production, right?
Well,
maybe
what
they're
I-
doing this because they don't want to like have it like be reproduced and reverse engineered. But just check this out. It's gonna be
happen.
reverse engineered.
It's gonna
It's
happen.
gonna happen. It's China.
It's gonna
They're gonna
happen,
buy
right.
one. It's gonna happen.
It
Somebody's
happens to
gonna spend
everybody.
millions
I mean,
of dollars on the equipment that they need to reverse engineer this thing the day it
that's
comes
just-
out.
that's just the way the world works, though.
Yeah.
Like for example, we had a sauce company, right? And before we can go into a major department store, supermarket, they required their own brand of the same one that we made. So we'd have to give them another order for them to put their labels on. So like this happens. Like if they're trying to prevent that from happening, you're just delaying the inevitable. As soon as you release it, someone from Bitmain, come here. Somebody from Bitmain is going to get a hold of it, and that's the end of it. You know what I mean?
That's all there is to it. 100%.
That's all there ever be to it. I mean, it's just the way of the world. Then you'll go from brand and then off brand. That's why people say brand power, but whatever.
What they need to do is just keep up on like a roadmap of what they're going to produce, so they're always ahead of whatever people are trying to reproduce. You know what I mean? So that's just the name of the game there. Just slobber on his mouth.
How big is William? So big, so big. He loves this. He's gonna want to stream when he's older and play video games. I know it.
18
my wallet?
gigahash at 1750 watts. That's insane, though. I mean, I don't know if it can really get created. That's.
But yeah, I mean, I could put a bunch of numbers down, and I could say however many gigahashes and watts it uses, and make it just seem like it's gonna crush Bitmain out of the water. But guess what? It's not real until I get one and I test it. You hear that? You need to send me one.
These are renderings, right? These are not
Yes.
actual pictures.
Yeah, they're renderings.
They're renderings.
They're
yeah,
not.
they're renderings.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
that's definitely a
real.
rendering. Okay.
It's a render.
Yeah, so they don't. Yeah.
I mean,
That's-
listen. Look. I understand. To play devil's advocate here, I know companies have delays. Okay, it's not. Okay,
Yeah.
What are you doing? You want to put it back on? Here. Okay,
Yeah.
here you go. Like companies have delays. I get it, right? But this is like going on for over 2 years now, and nothing. Nobody's seen anything. If
Yeah.
I was Lokotech, the first thing I would do is I would say, let's get let's do a video, or let's get something where we show the physical unit working. Let's get something. Let's get somebody something. Because if I do marketing for Terra, right? And I've said this 1,000 times. We didn't promote anything with Terra till we were ready to go. Okay. And yes, we've had delays on announcements and stuff, and that shit happens, but we're already working. Like the company's already in motion, right? We haven't seen anything here. whoever's doing their marketing, releasing all this information, and not having anything behind it is. I personally think they need to fire whoever's doing their marketing and bring somebody new in who knows tech products. Not that that's me or anything. I'm just saying in general, like, because clearly this is not working. That commercial is fucking god awful. Like, there's what's going on here? Like,
that's one of the questions I've got on my list is to ask them about. I want to play the commercial while I'm interviewing them and be like, what is? I don't understand this. What is this?
I mean,
what are you trying to translate here?
Was it to get the people? Was it so ridiculous to get people to talk about it? Because that's a tactic.
Yeah,
it is. It's guerrilla marketing.
Yeah,
it's a way to do stuff. But long term, if you don't release anything, it's just I don't know, man. We've been talking about Lokotech for over 2 years now. And I'm just, give me something. Give me something. Help me help you. Help me help you.
Right now they're just getting free marketing. Free press.
I mean, no, I mean, it's not, but yes, there's no such thing as bad press. I'm with you. What's the matter, baby? There's no such thing as bad press, but still though, like, you know, it's rough. What do you want? What do you want? No, you're not touching my work iPad, and you have to explain to Crypto Frank that why we need a new one.
Yeah.
So, no. Sorry, one sec.
I'm sure Apple Care covers slobber. You know what I mean?
Apple Care. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what they say about it, and I don't know. They need a product. That's all it comes down to. They need to release something for us, for everybody. And honestly, it kind of sucks because originally when they started talking about this and met with Ben in DC, you know, they flew us out there and we got to see the chip in action, you know, kinda. I mean, we saw it working in front of us. Yeah, I've got the damn thing here, but that was it. You know, it was like a proof of concept, and that's great. That's better than nothing for sure. But that was over a year ago. That was almost a year and a half ago. Yeah, they really need to come out of something. And Patrick Murphy makes a good point. They didn't purchase a mining pool. They bought into a mining pool. They own like 60-something% of it or something. And I think that's where they're going to be doing a lot of their personal mine or their, you know, self mining. And I think they bought into something else. They're in a couple of different like fields.
Why would you buy into a mining pool if you're like, you just make your own pool if you're making your own stuff?
Mm-hmm. Probably just didn't want to.
You could literally create your own pool in you know, pool mine, or as we call it, solo mine, right? And just make a bunch of units and just throw them on there, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're this efficient, why not, right? It's like you could do it. Put like, you know, 1,000 units on there. You know what I mean? To burn them in, test them. You know how it is.
Yeah. Majority stake, 66.65%. Data centers, dividends.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I think they're
wow.
Into
Look at Jellyfish up to 1.3 million dollar market cap. Yeah, I just checked my jelly, and it's I'm up another $250 from the Solana that I bought in after I took profits.
Oh my god, dude! I sold it at the beginning and I took some profits, and it's up already again.
What is happening with this coin? It's so
crazy.
Jelly.
Yes, buy the jelly. I need you to be my exit liquidity, please.
Yeah, I already sold what I put in and a little bit more, and took a little profits, and the rest I'm just gonna hold on to. Like I said, I kind of forgot about it. Like I bought it and then it sat, and I looked in whatchamacallit, Phantom Wallet, and was like, oh shit.
Hey, that's what are you doing, dude? That's me and your mother. Get that picture back. What's the matter? Where's mommy? Is that mommy? Don't show her that picture because she hates it.
So I know it was like earlier in the week or later last week when Microsoft was going to be talking about putting Bitcoin on their books, and then they rejected it. Did you guys see that or hear about that?
No.
Yeah. Michael Saylor went to their board meeting or spoke to their board or something like that and tried to convince them like, hey, it's a good thing, and did his old Michael Saylor thing, and then they were like, no, we're not interested. And it seemed like the market didn't really give a shit. It's like usually when something like that happens where it's like, oh no, big tech company doesn't want anything to do with it, and then the market reacts and people sell and they want to get out of it. But we're still over 100. We're 101, almost 102 right now. It's like, I mean, that's pretty bullish for freaking Bitcoin. If Microsoft says no and everybody's like, more for me, what do you think?
About Microsoft saying no. I mean, we don't. I mean, if I don't know, does our crypto thing work yet, Hawk? I don't know if it does or not. I'm not up to finance. I know that like whenever we do crypto for like bookkeeping, we have to like sell it like immediately, because the issue with holding it at all, even for a few days, is you might lose 5%.
Yeah.
And then you're out that money. You're like, all right, customer, we'll just call it a school district. Okay, your bill's, 120 grand. Okay, we'll pay you in Bitcoin. All right.
Yeah.
Well, the payment goes through and they, it sits in the, their wallet for like 5 days, and instead of 120 grand, it's, it's like 110 grand now. And they're like, oh well, it just moves too much now. I think if companies do take it, they have to liquidate it immediately. You know what I mean, to get what they're owed. But then there's fees. You know what I mean? And then you have to charge more. You have to like calculate the fees into there, so you get like exactly what you're owed.
Yeah.
When you sell it on the exchange, it's still challenging, I think.
There was a short time, like 2014 or 2015, where Microsoft accepted Bitcoin as payment for things, but I don't think that's what this was. Like, I think this was they were voting on holding it on their books as a store of value, instead of fiat, or probably a very small portion of of the holdings of the organization. But I mean, I see where you're going, King, talking about like you're saying, taking it for payment on things. That's kind of rough, and it depends on the company, especially where you guys got to turn around and buy it right away. So it's like, I'm buying an ASIC from you in Bitcoin, and you're going to turn around, and if it takes you to the end of the night to place the order, or because of the time zones, the price could change drastically on the machine and on the value of the token. So that's completely understandable. But like with this, I don't know, Michael Saylor going out there and like doing the whole trust me bro thing. I really thought they were going to put it on their books, and I think that would have really impacted the price in a positive way.
Well,
but I'm just surprised it didn't impact it in a negative way for them saying we're not interested.
Here are my thoughts on that. It takes, when you have investors, a board, shareholders, people that you have to answer to, I think personally that they probably just didn't do it because the majority of shareholders and people just didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's very hard, like when you have 100 different opinions that help control the company and what direction they want to go, especially making a big move like that.
Yeah.
So like, and not only that, like you look at, I don't even know this. Is Bill Gates really even do anything with Microsoft anymore? Does he just sit back and collect? I don't think he has really anything.
He's just got stock in it. I'm sure he's got equity in it, but I don't know if
he's even a controlling board.
No, he doesn't.
Is he a board member at all? Like, I don't know. I don't know his position.
That's a good question. I don't think he is anymore.
I don't know if he's even makes decisions on the company anymore. But the point is that you get these old people. They're just, listen. It's a generational thing. They're used to traditional finance. The shareholders, it comes up in a shareholder meeting. Shareholders go, yeah, no, we don't want to do that. And because then guess what? If you do something and your shareholders pull, you lose a lot of money. Like, it's not like, you know what I mean? That's what happens when you're a publicly traded company.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. I mean,
They're just
I
playing
don't
it
think
safe.
it was Microsoft itself pulling back from that. I just think they probably talked to their shareholders, or the majority of them, the big ones, and probably got pushed back and said, no, we don't want to do that, or we'll sell our stock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's probably why they didn't do it. All honesty. I don't think you're going to see a lot of publicly traded companies put Bitcoin as a store of value.
Yeah, ChatGPT
You know what I mean?
says that Bill Gates is no longer involved in day-to-day operations of Microsoft. Stepped down in 2000 and then transitioned out of the board in 2014.
Yeah.
And in 2020, completely left Microsoft to focus on his own shit.
Yeah. Even if the United States uses a strategic reserve, I think then maybe if the U.S. is backing it and if there's a little bit, you might see more public companies be open to it. But yes, we've made strides with Bitcoin in the public sector and in law. We have a long way to go. And one important person I do want everybody to follow is Dennis Porter with the Satoshi Action Fund. Like, this guy is getting laws passed that protect mining, protect custody, and now he's doing the reserves for states. Like, he is on top of it. This is a guy that is actively got his stuff moving. Like, so, if you want to know the latest on BTC and where it is with law and the government and states and reserve funds and stuff like that, go follow Dennis Porter. 100%. I thought I read only 0.03% of shareholders voted to hold BTC, so the shareholders said no at my
wow.
That's what I figured it was. So it
probably
probably
like
the
2
majority of their
people.
shareholders said no. Yeah,
Wow.
it's like 3 people. Yeah, that's what I assumed the decision was. So there you go. So
Yeah, they just...
publicly traded companies are going to be hard, man, to make those kinds of financial decisions, especially with some in Bitcoin. It's still a volatile asset, okay? Because if you look at the past cycles, it does do these. It went from what did we do that one time? 29,000 to like 6,000 or 7,000. Like that was like one of the largest dips it ever did.
Yeah.
Like that would be detrimental to a company that put billions of dollars behind it. You know what I mean? Like that would be detrimental. So like, until it becomes more of a store of value and more stable, sort of speak, you're not really going to see tons of that from the public sector, in my opinion.
I mean, well, the other thing is it gets costly to transact on Bitcoin at times, right?
Yeah.
So to me, honestly, if companies but this is like maybe 20 years down the road, okay, where there's really not a bull and bear market anymore, right? It's more, the market's more stabilized, right? There's going to be dips and valleys, obviously, right? Just like stocks and all that stuff. But I think eventually down the road, it's going to be more like, there won't be like a 1 year, bear run or anything like that, right? It's going to go away, because I've looked at the charts with XP1 and you can see that the bear runs get shorter and the bull runs get longer, right? So eventually it's going to work itself to the point where there's not going to be that huge dip for a year or two where it's in the bear. And I think like companies would like to transact like on Litecoin, because the transactions are fast, it's cheap, and it's widely accepted like on every exchange everywhere. So I would see that being something that they would transact in. I know Bitcoin's like the most well known because it's like gold, but it also
it's the first one ever too. So
no, right. It also costs a lot to transact at times though. So but I mean, they could always build those fees in there, and they could always have like calculators to like, to do the fees. But I don't think that major companies are going to do it until it's like maybe 20 years down the road, where it's like more, much more streamlined, and there's not such volatility in the market.
Well, like I said, I think a lot of companies are going to follow what the government does. And if the government does a strategic reserve, then the states will follow. If not, the states have actually already started to do it, actually. I know Florida's working on one, and then the federal government's going to follow, and then companies will follow, because they're just going to follow. Money follows money. So that's just, who holds the biggest checkbook? The United States government. They're going to follow all of that. The United States is a corporation. That's how our government is run. It's run like a corporation. We have a GDP. We have products that we sell. We have income. It's run like a business. The best person to have to run the country is a businessman. So that's that. Anyway, moving forward, the companies will follow what the U.S. government does. They've always have. So it's like my grandfather said a long time ago, follow the money. Just follow the money, and it all leads back to the government and what they do, and the corporations follow. So, you know, that's why they lobby for certain rules and stuff that benefit. So,
yeah, we've had.
Oh my God, it's pumping again.
Some pretty shitty C-level executives running our country for the last couple of years. So hopefully some of that will change and they can actually be run like a business again. It does more than spending.
Yep. Department of Government Efficiency, Dogecoin to $1. It's gonna hit $1. L9 is gonna be doing $150 a day.
That's, I don't know. I mean, if it does hit $1, everybody's turning everything back on, right? I mean,
if it's not on already, look at the hash rate on Litecoin and Doge. I mean, it's up 40%. Like, it's insane. Yeah. And it's still holding steady in profitability.
So like, how's that going to impact the difficulty, the network difficulty, and getting paid out? I mean, obviously, you know, money go up or number go up, you know, for sure. But like, really, $100 a day, $150 a day on one machine? You really think it's going to do that?
I'm just trolling. I mean, look, the height of the L7, it did like $75, $80 a day, right around it. That was the height of the L7 9500, right? Could the L9 do at least that? Absolutely, in a full bull market. Yeah. When the altcoins actually start taking off, Litecoin goes up to, you know, near an all-time high, and Doge is, you know, 75, 80 cents at least where it was before. Absolutely, those machines will definitely do $80, $90 a day at least. Like, you got to understand, it's nearly double the hash rate, okay, at what, 300 watts less? Like, it's way more efficient. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they're like, well, why do you think I should get an L9 versus like a Caspa unit and a couple other different units? Aside from me telling them that Caspa is completely wrecked and there's rumors of a new 85 and 95 terahash models coming out.
Fuck.
I said, yeah, oh, that's going to... You guys just wait. It's going to be insane. But I said, if you look at the track record of the L7, let's just put, I was on a Zoom call. I said, let's just put 20 cents in here. That's what you pay for power. Let's just put 20 cents. At 20 cents for the past 3 years, it never lost profitability. At 20 cents, never. It went down to $5 a day, but it was profit. And you can't say that about a lot of other ASICs. Yeah. You just can't. There really was no other ASIC that stayed profitable through the bear market, unless you had, you know, 4 or 5 cent power, which not the majority of people have. So I did the number at 20 cents just to kind of show like how aggressive the L series has been for the Antminer. For Bitmain. And I said, he's like, well, what do you think I should get? I said, honestly, anything over 16 gigahash, you're going to do great. So I mean, if it holds that steady, you know, that steady play. You know, it's hard to say, man. I mean, you know, there's going to be a lot more hash rate now coming on because in this bull run, we have a couple more companies, bigger companies like AlphaPex is coming in. Now, What's Miner's making another script version. You know, we're going to have a lot more coming in, but I think more and more pools that do script mining are going to start doing what Mining Dutch is doing. Yeah. And they're going to combine everything, right? So we're going to see a lot more script tokens coming out too. So I think there's going to be a healthy balance. Son of a Rabbit said yes, but just for 1 week. Right. No, you're right. But I'm just, you know, I was just having a conversation, but I had a guy a long time ago. He asked my advice. This was about 2 years ago. He's still a client of ours today. He said, what ASIC do you think I should buy? He goes, I'm thinking about buying all S19s. Oh my God, he would have been wrecked by now. I said, you can't go wrong with L7s. And at the time they were like $5,000 each. Still 3 years ago. We're new right now. They're $8,000. He goes, what do you think? I said, buy L7s. You can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong at that size to go script mining. Even if there's 7 different companies that come out with 7 different models, it's still going to be all right. So 3 years later, still making $4,500 a day. It's crazy. It's crazy where it's been all L7s. It's insane. At the lowest part of the market, he made $1,500 a day.
A day. God.
A day.
So you said the L7.
Bitcoin mining's done for people like us.
Yeah.
It's done. Yeah. Unless you got 3 cent power and about 10,000 machines and about 6 fix-it Timmys, you're not going to run a Bitcoin mining farm.
No,
it's just not going to happen anymore.
Yeah, if you
it's
want
so
Bitcoin,
industrialized, you're done. It's either, and Technical said it on his video the other day. I think he said it's either you have a massive farm or you're using a BitAxe.
Yeah,
there's no more in between.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much in between there, and
it's true.
Really, the best way to get Bitcoin is either buy it or mine something else and convert
solo
to
mine.
it. Yeah.
Solo mine, or take a loan for 100 million and go build a gigawatt worth of ASICs. I'm just being honest, like it's kind of where it is.
Depending on the different machines, like the BitAxes or the Brains unit, that unit has been awesome for me. 40 watts at a terahash, and it's fucking silent. It doesn't really spit out heat like those BitAxes. It's a board, so you got to find a way to mount it, and it's got a big fan on it, and I don't know. It's quiet. The Brains is a lot quieter than the BitAxe, but I think everybody should have at least one of those little lottery tickets.
I agree. I think everybody should run one solo miner, at least one.
I have a BitAxe stand that I 3D printed. When I got that one to test, I was like, if you use my code to buy the BitAxe, I'd send you out a free stand. So it has like two little axes. It has like two little axes on each side.
Yeah.
DJ says, I need these AL3s to ship. I'm losing $800 a day. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. You got it. It's all about speed with ASICs, man. Ted says, Hawk Crypto and Tech. Don't forget about Meowcoin going to be helping the L9 too. It's already pumping. Yeah, it's up 340 something %. So shout out to Meowcoin, who partially went to script now.
Yeah.
I think 50% of their hash now, I think, is script. Did they just cut it in half?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they need more. They want more support because GPU miners, no offense, but are just really inconsistent. So
how does that?
And that's
work?
how GPU mining's always been.
Is it like you can use script to mine Meowcoin, or you can use Kapow or Meowpow or whatever they call it to mine? Like
it's split, kind of like how I think what's the other? Was it like Veriscoin? You can do it on different. There's like different algos for like CPU, GPU,
so like Digibyte's the same way, where it's
kind of like that. I think I'm assuming
it's
something like that. I haven't dove into it, but they're definitely moved. I think half their network over to script for their hash. So didn't someone hit a Bitcoin block on an Nano 3? I'm not sure. S19 DJ Mine says S19 XP making $5 a day at 7.5 cents. When did this happen? S21 making $9 a day. Yeah, for now, until the new difficulty adjustment, what's the next one? Like I looked it up the other day. It was like 11 or 12%. It just keeps adjusting higher and higher and higher. You're going to need, I had a guy ask me for a quote the other day for a full hydro container of the 473 terahash units. Bitcoin, full container. And I said to him, I said, question for you. Why hydro? Why a full container of it? Like, why Bitcoin mining in itself? And he said that there's companies now that are going to be paying premiums at up to as high as 30% for virgin Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We talked about virgin Bitcoin a long time ago.
Yeah, we have been. Yeah.
And now Bitcoin's running into a scarcity problem. We are buying more than we are producing. And eventually it's starting to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. The slope is getting more narrow and narrow. And eventually, I wonder what that's going to mean for the Bitcoin ASICs. Is it going to make their weight worth of gold? Oh my God, I can't speak today. I'm sorry. Is it going to make them really profitable, or is it going to, is it going to put more pressure on the network with more hash? I mean, what may happen here?
Well, see, that's like the thing though, is like if you're using the L7 or L9 that mined a nice hash, that's not virgin Bitcoin.
Right.
It's not. No, it's correct. That is not virgin Bitcoin. That's correct.
Not virgin. So, so
it's
you
Bitcoin.
gotta think about it. There's another way to think about this is if you can get a good power rate, a decent one, you know what I mean? Bitcoin mining it doesn't move a lot as far as profitability goes, typically, right? It's the less volatile one. Like Caspa mining now, like some people have gotten destroyed, right? You know what I mean? There's other other coins that go up and down a lot, right? That really affect it. But Bitcoin's kind of like, you're like a gold miner, okay? And the price of gold, it doesn't have huge hard swings all the time. There is some swings in Bitcoin, but they're not as hard as an altcoin miner, right? Where like if an altcoin goes down like 20 to 30% in a day, it's going to be it could hit you pretty hard.
Well, on the and I'm gonna
it's more stable. It's more stabilized, is what I'm saying, right?
For Bitcoin mining, though, and I explained this to a few people, Jarrett, was this one guy who wanted to buy all the Bitcoin ASICs. I said, look, at a power rate of like, let's just say 7.5 cents, if Bitcoin goes down 5% and the difficulty doesn't adjust fast enough, you're out of the money almost. Whereas like script mining and Litecoin mining, if it goes down 10%, right now, if Doge and Litecoin dip 20% right now, the L9 is still profitable. If Bitcoin goes down 10% right now, current difficulty, you're almost either negative or even on most S19 and S21 series ASICs. So I think that the smaller swings, yes, you are correct that there are smaller swings on Bitcoin, but for people that don't have really cheap power and that are, you know, not considered to be large farms, and I mean large farms like 10,000 plus ASICs, they're going to feel it more with the small swings on Bitcoin than they are with the larger swings on Litecoin or Doge or some of the alts. Now, granted, like a lithium, if a lithium goes down 30%, everybody's got an AL3 is going down to $10, $15 a day. At least, especially with the network difficulty that it has right now. That's a dangerous move for a lot of people. It's very risky, but if it goes the other way, it's like, what do I always say about gambling, right? If you win, it's a strategy. If you lose, you're a gambler.
It is. So I know, but I see like most people looking at it is like, to them, it's like, do I want to mine something that's like less established, or do I want to mine the gold? And for some people, right, this is a very long-term play where they're not selling the Bitcoin right now.
Yeah.
Like, so and everybody's financial situation is different. Maybe these guys
100%.
are getting like loans, or I don't know, you know, whatever they're doing for their companies, right? But to them, it's like, we're not selling like today, right? So it's hard to calculate profit, because if you're not selling every day, then it's not really a loss until you do sell it, right? So it's like, okay, if they mine everything and they don't sell it today and they eat the electric, whatever, and they wait for it to go all the way up, and let's just say it goes up to 250,000, okay, that completely changes their daily revenue, right, for their machines. You know what I mean? So it's like, once again, it comes down to people's strategies, you know what I mean, and what they're comfortable with. And obviously, yes, Bitcoin is very industrialized, but for people who have large amounts of money, to me, it's like a smaller risk, right? Because the market isn't has those huge swings. So to them, it's a less risky play, right? It's like,
with, like you said, King, it is less risky if you can maintain a good power rate. I can't tell you. I'm live, brother. Mr. Iowa Mining is calling me while I'm live. Hey, Mr. Iowa Mining, how are you? You are live on Misfit Mining Saturday Night Live. Say hello to the people.
How you guys doing?
Oh,
there you go.
You messaged me and I'm driving in freezing rain. So
It's okay, man. Just message me when you get back. That's all.
Okay.
Drive safely, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Iowa Mining for the win.
This wasn't planning on being a call-in stream tonight, but I guess it is.
I was just got.
Everybody call Hawk right now.
Oh, somebody always calls me when I'm live. The Terra hosting line always rings when I'm live. It's always. It already rang once while we were here. So it's I think it's Joker just trolling me or something. So
I can see that.
You know,
yeah.
If you can maintain a good, what a dick. What a dick. Yeah, yes. Fix it, Timmy. Hello. Is this Fix it, Timmy? Yeah. My phone rings like 50 times a day. It's so bad. What was I saying? So if you can maintain a solid power rate, you know, if you look at like, you know, and I talk to people about this on the hosting perspective too. Like when they look at like power rates, I got two L9s, man. You know, I really want, 7-cent power. I said, all right, cool. Well, let's break it down. The difference between 1 cent on an L9 is 70 cents of profitability. Whereas 1 cent difference on a BTC ASIC is dollars.
Yeah.
You know
Big
what I mean?
difference. Yeah.
$3, $4, $5 on some machines. 1 cent difference. So I'm telling everybody, like, look, what do you pay at your house? 17 cents. Okay. Well, let's do the math. At Terra, I charge for 5 units right now. We're at 9.5. So You're at 9.5. So you're saving almost 8 cents off the whole thing. Now you're saving X amount over time. For L9s, it makes total sense. What we host at Terra majorly is altcoin miners. We don't have a lot of Bitcoin ASICs, but the Bitcoin people that come to me, I'm upfront and honest with them on the phone all the time. Guys, at my rate, you're not going to make that much. Not right now. You know what I mean? Because you really got to get sub 6 cents if you're going to mine Bitcoin. You got to be in that sub 6 cent range for it to make sense. So,
well,
Joker goes, what did I do?
And to King's
It's not
point
what you did.
is if it does bump up to 250 a coin, right? And say you've got a big enough farm, you're mining 1 Bitcoin a day. If you're mining that virgin Bitcoin,
30% more.
30% more, 325,000 a day instead of 250.
So
but you got to find the buyer for that. And are they holding it? Are they selling some of it at that 30% premium and holding the rest, waiting until supply gets even lower for a 50% or 100% premium, you know?
But let's just say this guy's like, he went out and found somebody who's willing to buy the Bitcoin as long as he mines it. They have a contract, whatever. You know what I mean? Okay, then it makes sense for this guy to mine it because he doesn't have to go on the exchange rate right now, right? So if it's 100K, he's getting 130K, right? So his profitability, you can't go by the regular calculator no more, right? Because he's mining at a totally different rate than everybody else. So
yeah,
it just
TT Mine wants to know, what is Virgin Bitcoin? Well, Virgin Bitcoin is freshly mined Bitcoin that hasn't run through, what was it, like tornado? What was the whole thing about it, like Tornado Cash and all this other stuff? Like, it hasn't been through multiple exchanges.
Silk Road. It doesn't come from government. You know,
right? Like fresh. Like it's never. You can track the address
right
back
off the blockchain.
to
The block is broke. The rewards are split up. Whether it's pool or it's solo mining, if it comes out of a block and goes into your wallet or into the pool's wallet and then into your wallet, that's Virgin Bitcoin.
Right, as long as it hasn't been on an exchange or anything like that. That's what
correct.
people want.
And like straight from the mine to the wallet.
Because once it goes into an exchange, if you want to pull it out, it's not the same. It's not the same hash that went in.
Yeah, there's it's so funny, man. There was speaking of like hashtags, there was a guy at BTC Nashville who was trying to sell the very first like Bitcoin something hashtag. And remember King, he had like these signs all around that he was selling it for like $50,000.
The guy in the street in Nashville. Yeah. I remember that.
King had a couple drinks and he sees the flyer on like this post outside. And he grabs it. He goes, "What fucking idiot is gonna buy this for $50,000?"
Somebody will. Absolutely, somebody will. Buy it.
That's what I said.
The first hashtag. Yeah, I was like, who the f cares about this stupid shit? Like,
yeah, I know.
Hey, who the fuck cares about monkey pictures on fucking, NFTs of pictures? Like,
oh my god,
somebody's gonna buy it. That's
DJ said
there's dumb money out there.
Clean power. I thought no. Virgin BTC is BTC that has not been, run through a bunch of, like they said, exchanges and stuff, and it doesn't have anything tied.
There's no history
to that
behind
hash.
it.
It's just no history behind it.
Baggage.
That's Virgin. You know what I mean? It hasn't been through all. It hasn't been. It hasn't had a train ran on it.
Well,
I'm just being honest. Like that is a accurate analogy. Like,
I mean,
did anybody else think of that lady cop when he just said that?
Oh, remember her?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Ertzhead says Virgin BTC is a farce. I don't think so. I don't think it's a farce.
I think right now, because it's not a true supply crunch yet, that it's just it's theory, right? And I mean, there's people that speculate that they could sell for a lot more, but
no, there hold on. There has been financial institutions that have come out, and I don't want to quote because I have to go look it up again, but there's a few banks that said that they would pay a premium so they don't have to go through the regulatory, I guess, whatever BS to make the claim, so the government can't say, well, no, like this was tied to a crime or whatever, and
so they can't yank it out. Yeah,
but here's the problem with that too, though, is eventually there's not going to be enough to get that. So I know right now it's going for a premium because it's still available. Joker, I saw you called me. Thank you. And Yeah, I know it's going to be. I know it's going to be very, very limited. So it's going to be, what do we have left to mine Bitcoin with? Just under 2 million left or something like that. So yeah, they're going to be limited. They're going to be limited over time. And right now we are buying and trading more. People are buying and storing more Bitcoin now than we mine every day. I don't know where to pull the numbers up. I think King, was it you or Crypto Craig that showed me where these numbers were? Where it shows like how much is being bought versus how much is being mined per day.
Yeah, I've seen
like
that.
created per day. I
don't know
should
where
say
it's at, but
created.
I've seen that chart too.
There's a chart. Somebody had the chart. I don't remember where it was.
Oh, I don't have that one. I just have the difficulty adjustment chart.
What's the next one at?
We're expected to have an increase of 4.88% in 2 days. Is the estimated adjustment.
Dude.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. Because look, these companies are they're going bananas with it. I still think from a price appreciation standpoint, Bitcoin's going to be great, right? Like I still think if you put your money in Bitcoin, you hold it. I still think long term it could be a great investment. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But mining it now is just like, I was talking to a guy the other day. He's like, yeah, I still have a bunch of S17s running.
What's his power rate?
And I'm like, oh, really low when in a European, he's in a European country that has very low. But I'm like, are you going to get into the newer models? He goes, yeah, I'm thinking about it. And he's actually going to be sending us the S21 XPs to host with us because they are profitable at our rate. And he's going to, I'm like, why are you still running? What are you like? He goes, oh yeah, man, I've been mining Bitcoin since like 2016, 2015, like early on. And he goes, and we got into this talk like we're talking right now, making a point where he goes, now I wouldn't even bother buying a large farm. It's not worth it. So, and I said, do you have any other options? And then we got into the L9 talking about that and swapping into Bitcoin. And because most people don't give a shit about the Virgin BTC thing.
No.
They just want to get paid. So if that's what you want to do, you buy the machine with the highest yield and the most consistent, profitability. And there's nothing that's going to beat the L9. Nothing will beat the L9 right now. Patrick Murphy says one transaction, hoe face. Stop it. That's it. I love Patrick. Ted says the only Virgin BTC is if you win a block that has no transactions on the block. If it does, it's mixed with other transactions, making it not Virgin. But we're still creating Bitcoin though, because it's not all mined yet. So what do we got? What is that? 1.2 million.
Mrs. Boss sent this over in our Discord of the release schedule of when Bitcoin gets released and how much quantity of mined Bitcoin per day. Right now we're at the 450 mark.
That's I think that's the next one, isn't it?
Right now we're at 3.125. The next one will be 1.56. And then
okay, so we were at 900. So I was looking at an old chart. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're at 450 that could be mined that are mined in a day. Yeah. I mean, it's going to go for a while though. Scroll down.
It's good. 2140 is the last year that, yeah.
The issue is right now is that there's not a huge separation from the hash rate and the price, which is why the profitability is so razor thin right now for depending upon your electric rate for Bitcoin mining. So
listen,
it was profitable during the bull run because there was a huge separation in price compared to how much hash rate was on the network. You know what I mean?
I think we're going to see a lot of mining companies, and we already see from the big guys, they're energy companies. They're supplying energy to the surrounding cities that they're in. And I think we're going to see a lot of people who want to Bitcoin mine, solely Bitcoin mine, get into energy and a lot of renewables. We're going to see a lot of people pop up solar farms and flare gas sites, and they're going to be looking at geothermal mining and wave and doing all this crazy stuff because that's where it's going to need to go. And what's good with that is I feel like it's going to usher in like a renaissance for energy technology. I feel like it's already doing that because they're figuring out more way. Every year in the world, I think we go up like, what is it, like 5 to 10% energy usage every year. I think that's what human beings tend to use more and more. Like every year you buy new stuff, you get more TVs, you buy more stuff, whatever, and we use more energy. So I think we already are innovating on the energy sector, but I think Bitcoin mining and mining in general, if we can stay where we're at and continue to grow, I think you're going to see a lot of innovation in this sector, and people are going to find more ways to generate energy. And I think it's going to be better overall for everybody. You know what I mean? So, I mean, look at what Marathon Digital is doing. They got that giant. Is it them or Riot? I think Riot actually has the gigawatt facility.
Yeah.
They are producing energy and also helping the infrastructure of the local town. They built a city around the damn thing. Like, that's just what happens. The more energy you can pump into a city, the more money the city makes. So that's everything's surrounded by energy. Everything is surrounded by energy. So the energy business is the best way to go. You just got to know what business you're in. Using waste.
Go ahead.
No, I was just reading. I'm sorry. I was reading a comment from Zarkov. He said, using waste heat from industry as well. Think tomato greenhouse or water being heated. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
100%.
I watched a video from a guy presenting it at BTC Nashville about different ways that they used Bitcoin mining throughout the world. Like, there was one that was using it in a grow facility for like heating the area that all the growing and stuff was going on. There was one that was keeping a pump warm out, somewhere where it was like getting cold. And there were a couple other, use cases like that. But that's how I feel is the companies that will create energy and sell that energy and use the excess for mining, it just makes sense. I mean,
right.
I think a lot of energy companies are going to start doing that if they're not already.
Well, I look at it from this perspective too. In Florida, we have an abundance of energy in Florida because it's estimated like 25% of homes in the state of Florida have solar panels on them. That's a big number if you look at all the homes.
Yeah.
My neighborhood alone, half of us got solar panels on our roofs. So all that excess energy it will go to waste if it's not used. So Florida, I don't know what they do with it, honestly. They've lowered the rates now a little bit because they have so much, but people are starting to become more energy independent than they've ever been. Granted, look, you're not going to power an ASIC farm with solar panels. It's unrealistic at 100%, but even if you could subsidize 15 or 20% off the grid on a farm with maybe I don't recommend those giant circular windmills, like maybe the sphere looking ones. Those are awful. They're terrible for polluting. But anyway, the cylinder ones, or maybe you get some panels, the subsidized, because that's where it's gonna matter. You know what I mean? Don't shoot for the stars. If you land on the moon a little bit, it's okay. Like, save a little bit, and then as technology progresses, continue to go.
Yeah.
So, like, it's crazy. Like, look at Chum Change, what he did with this giant, solar pergola. More and more people are going to be doing stuff like that. And the energy companies are slowly going to start losing money. Like, and it's going to usher in a renaissance. There's going to be more energy companies. Energy companies are either going to have to adjust and help people and, try to adjust to the new world, or they will fade. Mm-hmm. So, but energy demand is going up, so I think they might have a nice balancing act.
They're going to have to, especially with large data center footprints coming into play. And a lot of these data center companies are going to start producing their own energy, like Microsoft buying into that 3 Mile Island. And that's just a start. I mean, think about all of these, mega, what's the word? Hyperscalers that, they have these AI data centers and stuff that they've got all this extra money. They're spending billions of dollars on this footprint. They 100% are going to own the generating of the electricity.
Yeah, no, there's a field here close by, where a little bit north of us, it's a FPL, Florida Power and Light's got a giant solar farm, but there's another one where it's a bunch of mirrors and it focuses on a central point.
I've seen those. Yeah.
And it runs to a steam engine. Yep. And it generates megawatts of power.
Yeah.
Megawatts during the day of power. Yeah. I think the problem that we have right now with society and in the energy sector, and I know they're trying to fix it, is the batteries. Mm-hmm. How do we store an abundance of energy? and this is another topic. This could go for a whole another live stream, but that's going to be the problem. I think battery technology is about to make another leap. I think we're going to move into more solid state, and they're going to start getting away from lithium ion.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be, there's going to be another, I'm telling you, in the next decade, we're going to see a huge renaissance between energy production, energy storage. And I think it's going to tenfold, man. I think it's going to be great. I think energy will become more available in more areas of the world. And it's going to be great for us that run data centers and crypto mining farms, because then we can make it clean. Why did the United States stop developing nuclear technology? Like, why did we stop? Why did we all of a sudden just stop producing nuclear site? We could have been so far ahead. I mean, in France, they got these modular designs now that are completely safe, that could go in the backyard of someone's house.
Yep.
Like, why do we stop that? Nuclear can be safe and clean. Like, why are we doing that?
Yeah.
But it's, again, we could talk about this for hours.
Comes down to liability, I'm sure.
But you can make it safe to where it doesn't like explode. It's not, it's not a bomb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can make it safe, put it in the ground, surround it by water, absorb radiation if you have to. Like, there's ways to do things.
Yeah,
So,
we're too sue happy and regulation happy in America for a lot of companies to take that kind of risk on, I think.
I agree. We're a very litigious society, and I've said that the other night. Everybody litigates for everything in the United States. It's kind of stupid, to be honest with you. They sue you for anything today.
Yeah. Yep. And
Did you
people just
imagine?
don't
Oh,
wanna
they
fuck
didn't
with that.
install my
Even if you're
nuclear
gonna
reactor
win,
correctly.
Even if you win the suit, it's going to take you time and money to get to the point where you win that you're never going to return. You're never going to recover that back. So people just don't want anything to do with it, and that I don't blame them. It doesn't make sense to put yourself out there and shit like that.
DJ says the monopoly for my area is locked for the next 70 years. See, that's criminal. It's criminal. It stifles innovation. I even go back to like the dumbest things, like Comcast. It's got these territory laws where, like, in my house, I canceled all my Comcast, right? I only have it for internet, but I have to pay a basic cable fee because I live in this neighborhood. It's communism. I ain't paying for you. Fuck you. Like, I don't want to pay that shit. Like, it's the old laws and the old lobbying, and it's gonna die with the old politicians. That's why I'm saying in the next 10 years, I think we're gonna see an energy renaissance. We're gonna see a lot of rollbacks and regulations, and I think it's gonna boom another industry. So anyway, nuclear has a bad rep. That's it. It is the safest energy source right now. It is. I mean, wind, solar is good, but it's not efficient yet, and it's not as efficient as it needs to be. And the storage is a problem still at a mass scale. And I do think like wind turbines are awful. They're terrible. Goat's not frozen, is he?
No,
okay, he's just
somebody
staying
was
still.
putting one of those seed phrase things in the chat.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I just fucking banning them.
The wind turbines are awful, man. They have no way. When those blades break or need to be replaced, they bury them.
Really?
They have no way to break those things down.
Oh,
They're complete. They're worse than. They're worse than burning coal at times. I mean, the pollution that goes. You're putting this giant thing into the ground. Like, they're awful.
yeah. And when
And then it's killing sea life, the ones that are out in the ocean because of the noise, and it vibrates in the. I mean, they're awful. Like.
yeah.
And then they're charging more for it. It's supposed to be renewable. It's just so stupid. The cylinder ones though are nice. The cylinder ones are cleaner, and they're easier to break down if you have to.
Well, and every source of energy is turning a turbine of some kind other than solar. Every other source of energy, like nuclear, is boiling water to create a turbine.
Steam.
Hydropower, same thing. You know?
That's how they run the nuclear submarines and the nuclear aircraft carriers. They're just nuclear generating pressure and steam that runs a turbine, and that's what creates the energy.
It generates
steam.
power. Yeah.
It's all. We still use technology that we just took the steam engine, attached it to a nuclear reactor, and that's how they do it.
That's how all of it's done. Yeah, 100%.
Anyway,
yeah.
but yeah, man, no, it's good. It's good. It's good to talk about this because I think a lot of people that are in mining now have to start. If you're getting into a crypto mining business and you're going to run it and you want to go large scale, you got to start thinking like an energy company, because that's what the future is going to be. You can't stop looking at what the most efficient thing is. Stop looking at cheap power rates all the time. If you want to, be in business for a while, you got to look at energy. How can I create energy? Where can I get, how can I build something around the mining or around the data center that can generate energy? Hydro companies lobbying the government. That's why we don't have nuclear powering all our sites. But even hydro's great, but it's limited. It's limited. What I think what's going to be another one
and all that. Yeah.
There's a company off the, I think, in northern Florida. They're putting these giant football field like panels on the ocean. Yep. And when the waves move, it's generating kinetic energy, and they're using that. That's pretty cool, but that also runs into the windmill problem, where if they vibrate too much, it could attract animals, and it could, you know, it's like the problem with the windmills in the ocean is that they're vibrating at loud frequencies, and they're attracting whales, and they're disturbing the ecosystems of. It's amazing, you know, these hippies, they go and say, we need clean energy, put windmills in the ocean, but you're killing the damn fish and animals and disrupting their ecosystems for what? Like, it's so ironic, it's so stupid. We literally live in idiocracy. We do. Anyway, I can run on a rant about this for hours.
That was a good movie, by the way. Yeah.
DJ says creating energy and actually owning it costs insane amount of money. Yeah, but you can start small and work your way up. Make the connections, meet the right people, get an idea. You know what I mean? Push to do certain things. Energy is just going to be the bedrock of crypto mining, man, in the future. I'm telling you. That's what Riot, Marathon, Core Scientific, all these companies. Do you think these dudes sit on a board and go, "How can we mine more Bitcoin today?" No, they're fucking energy companies. That's why they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and they got hundreds of millions of dollars in investments. They're energy companies. Welcome to Terra Energy.
Backed up by Terra ASIC Repair.
Yeah, from 6 Fix It Timmy's.
Yeah.
Serious. That's the secret.
Yeah.
So,
well, before we go, we've been going for almost 2 hours now, but before we go, I want to ask you guys each one question. What's up with the drones?
oh my God. I think it's somebody messing around.
I don't.
I think it's somebody messing around. I think it's a scam. Listen to me. I think it's a scam. There's some guy that said, "Hey, look, listen, we're going to get some drones. We're going to build some boxes around them with lights, right? We're going to put them up at 1,000 feet, and we're going to record the video. We're going to go viral. We're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of video," which happens when videos go viral, okay? It's a scam. It's a fucking scam. Come on. The DHS and everyone came out and said they're not worried about it.
I don't even know what you're talking about. So
King doesn't believe in aliens, so don't even go to that conversation.
We had a drone problem, so
yeah.
King is Patrick from SpongeBob. He's just under the rock, opens it when you say crypto, it cracks open. You say ASIC, he flies it open, and then other than that, it's closed.
Yeah,
and that's that. That's it.
Okay.
I don't know, man. DJI is actually, CT Mine said DJI, ban incoming forced by government. It's already banned in Florida. We had them for law enforcement. It's banned for government agencies in Florida. So I told you they bought this giant, like 8-blade giant drone that we use for search and rescue stuff. And they banned it, and they had to sell it. The department lost all kinds of money. So why are the police drones not detecting a heat signature from the drones? I don't know. Maybe they're insulated. They don't generate. I mean, they generate heat. Don't get me wrong, but they're not. Yeah, they're not like crazy. A human body's probably hotter than a drone that's up there. Like, I don't know if they're.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they're generating that much heat. They're all electric. Yes, they get hot. Obviously, the blades get hot as well. They will pull a heat signature, but there's ways to block that off of like FLIRs and stuff. I mean, the government does that with their drones.
Yeah.
They have stealth technology that can block like FLIRs and, you know, reflective special paint that's probably like crazy. I mean, I watch a lot of this shit on YouTube and videos, so it's not hard to do, I guess. Military paint like a blackbird. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Hawk, a guy got arrested for flying a drone in a secure area. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
You can't. There's some places you just can't do it. And I mean, my drone, like, it won't go up past a certain height level. I try to get it all the way up there, and it like goes and then stops and comes back down.
If anyone has a drone, I recommend getting a drone pilot license. I actually have one. And you learn the VFR charts and learn how to read those. Where's mine? It's right here. Let me just cover my Here you go. So this is what a drone pilot license looks like from the FAA.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Remote
Muted.
pilot. See it? Remote pilot.
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like from the FAA. And
He's over there talking.
I think he's on the phone. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't say anything to anybody. But anyway, so this is what it looks like. So I recommend everybody get this and study the VFR charts and know where to fly and I could actually take this, and this is actually like, if like steps to get a pilot license is like 1 out of 10, this is like gets you up to step 3. So it's all the initial stuff for pilots as well. So
what did
Yeah.
you have to do to get that?
I had to go to a school. I had to do about 6 weeks of training, and then I took the test. And you can only have, I think you have 3 times to pass. I passed it on the first go around. It wasn't very hard. It's the VFR charts are actually pretty cool to look at if you're into like all that kind of stuff. The VFR charts are nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Techman
Distance.
Ty says they're looking for nukes being smuggled in, and it's bad. That's somewhat what I heard. Nobody's talking about it
I don't
hardly.
know how true that is.
I mean,
You guys,
there's-
like-
you can only take with a grain of salt with what you hear on fucking the internet for sure. But
I mean, listen, let me tell you guys something, okay? And I'm not even going to ask DJ any questions because he's probably the only guy that's active in right now in the chat. If you think for 1 second that the United States doesn't know everything that's going on, you sleep behind the wheel. They know everything. Everything. What you see on TV and what you think they have as far as technology, 20 years ahead.
yeah,
They control the gambit. You guys don't. Everyone's like, oh, they're doing it, they're doing that, they're smuggling it. They know they can read your fingerprint from space, and that was in the 1980s. In the 1950s, they had data centers underground that were reading telephone calls. The 1950s.
yeah.
They
for sure.
know everything.
You're not wrong.
They know everything. You think if this was really a national security threat, that these fucking things, there'd be F-22s shooting shit out of the sky?
Yeah. No.
Are you serious right now? They know what the fuck's going on. Guys, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
They
No,
know everything.
Yeah, the people that say they don't know what's going on are the ones that just aren't in the know, like fucking governors, and that's the shitty part is the people that are being impacted by this shit going on, like the 911 operators and the people in law enforcement that are protecting the people. I mean, how many videos have you fucking seen of people trying to shoot these things down? Fucking bullets go up and then bullets come down. Like, don't shoot at the drones. Don't shoot the fucking drones.
Know everything. You think you guys got it figured out. By the time it hits the internet, it's already taken care of. You guys have no fucking clue. They know everything. This is all just creating just, distractions and people getting interested and, creating. What's the best way to hide something in plain sight?
Yeah.
What's the best way to hide something in plain sight?
No.
If I go and I say aliens are real, you guys are crazy, let's make 10,000 movies about it, and then everyone's gonna go, get the fuck out of here, that's Hollywood. That's the best way to hide it, you idiot.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're mining asteroids now.
I'm just saying though, like it's not good. I mean, it's you can't be that dumb. Like you're talking about the greatest superpower in the entire world that has been able to fight 2 wars consistently since the 1940s on 2 fronts. You don't think these people got a hand in everything that goes on in the world? They know everything. They know everything. I don't care. I don't hide nothing. You can watch anything you want. I don't care. Hey, go ahead. It's all you. I don't care. I got nothing to hide over here. I'm just telling you, they know everything. I see all these stories about UFOs. Get the fuck out of here. Please. If it was a real threat, you would see a barrage of military fighter aircraft fly in the skies. The FAA would ground airlines immediately. And I can tell you one time they didn't have control, and that was 9/11. And that's when they grounded everything. If drones were that much of a threat, the FAA would have grounded every flight in the United States immediately, and there'd be military patrols in the sky.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, you're not wrong. Got a good point there.
That's the last time they lost control, and that will ever be. That's the one time they lost control, and the last time they lost control. Trust me when I tell you, they didn't hesitate 1 second to shoot down that balloon. Okay, they didn't hesitate 1 second. One second.
It did float over the entirety of the country before it got to the point where it got shot down, though.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to see anything. It's all view farming. It's all bullshit.
I
Most
love
of it's
DJs.
probably AI.
Most of it.
DJ.
Sir,
Is this a
the
crypto
Wendy's.
show or a national defense show?
And DJ knows what the fuck. DJ's sitting there going, he ain't gonna say it, but DJ's going like this. He's right. He's not wrong. They know everything. They know
and they
everything.
have for all of our lifetimes and then some. Yep.
They know everything. Follow the money. What what Elon Musk has made how much in SpaceX since he started working with Trump? His net worth went up $40 billion. Follow the money. They know everything. Peace. Have a great night, guys. Misfit Mining Saturday Night Live on the Geek of All Trades channel. I'm going to do the outro tonight. So you guys have a great night. Take care. This is not a Wendy's.
And
This
his
is
like
all
on the
tied
way out.
together.
And smash that like button, guys. Like, subscribe. Go subscribe to Fix It Timmy, Mining King, Hot Crypto over here, and you guys will we'll see you around.
Peace.
Later. Have a good night, guys.